Freddy Krueger. The name alone sends shivers down the spines of horror fans worldwide. With his burned face, razor-sharp glove and haunting laugh, Freddy has become synonymous with our deepest fears. He is the embodiment of nightmares, a malevolent entity who preys on the vulnerable in their sleep. The Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, spanning 9 films, a television series, and various other media, has terrified audiences for decades. Freddy's reign of terror began in 1984 with Wes Craven's groundbreaking original film. It introduced us to the terrifying concept of a killer who could invade our dreams and turn our deepest fears against us. Freddy's power lies in his ability to blur the lines between reality and nightmare. He traps his victims in a world where the rules of logic and reason no longer apply. This unsettling premise, coupled with Freddy's darkly humorous personality and gruesome methods of dispatching his victims, struck a chord with audiences and cemented his place in the Horror Hall of Fame. The Nightmare films, while each unique in their own right, share a common thread: the struggle of young people against an unstoppable evil. Freddy represents the darkness that lurks beneath the surface, the fears we try to suppress but can never truly escape. The creation of Freddy Krueger was a process that drew from both real-life events and Wes Craven's own imaginative mind. Craven, a master of horror, found inspiration in a series of newspaper articles about a disturbing phenomenon. Southeast Asian refugees fleeing the horrors of war were dying in their sleep after suffering terrifying nightmares. This sparked an idea in Craven's mind. What if our dreams could kill us? Freddy's iconic look was also carefully crafted. His burned face, a symbol of his violent past and the fiery revenge he seeks, was inspired by a homeless man Craven encountered as a child. The man's disfigured appearance left a lasting impression on the young Craven, eventually finding its way into his most terrifying creation. The razor-sharp glove, Freddy's weapon of choice, was another stroke of genius. It was both menacing and personal, allowing Freddy to literally get his claws into his victims. The sound of the blade scraping against metal, a sound that has become synonymous with the franchise, was created by Craven himself, further adding to the character's chilling presence. A Nightmare on Elm Street was not just a slasher film, it was a commentary on the power of fear itself. Craven understood that our fears are often rooted in our past experiences, our traumas, and our deepest insecurities. Freddy embodies these fears, becoming a manifestation of our darkest selves. The original A Nightmare on Elm Street in 1984 introduced us to Nancy Thompson, a teenager tormented by Freddy in her dreams. Freddy's backstory reveals him as a child murderer burned alive by vengeful parents. Now, he's back to seek revenge on their children, pulling them into his nightmarish world. Nancy confronts Freddy and ultimately defeats him. The sequels expanded Freddy's backstory and the dream world mythology. In A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy possesses a teenage boy to continue his killing spree. A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 introduced the Dream Warriors, teenagers with unique dream powers fighting Freddy. This film solidified Freddy's status as a pop culture icon with his dark humor. The 4th and 5th films introduced Freddy's daughter and explored his powers' origins. Freddy's Dead attempted to end Freddy's reign by revealing his origins and destroying him. Wes Craven's New Nightmare took a meta approach, with Freddy terrorizing the cast and crew in the real world. Freddy vs. Jason in 2003 pitted 2 horror icons against each other. The franchise was rebooted in 2010 with Jackie Earle Haley as Freddy receiving mixed reviews. The Nightmare on Elm Street franchise has been a financial juggernaut, grossing over $455 million worldwide. The original film, made on a shoestring budget of $1.8 million, became a sleeper hit, grossing over $25 million domestically. This success cemented New Line Cinema, the studio behind the film, as a major player in Hollywood. The sequels continued to perform well at the box office, solidifying Freddy Krueger's status as a horror icon and proving the franchise's enduring appeal. While some installments were met with mixed critical reception, the series as a whole has been praised for its innovative approach to the horror genre, its memorable villain, and its exploration of the dark side of the human psyche. The franchise's success can be attributed to several factors. The concept of a killer who could invade our dreams was both terrifying and original, tapping into a primal fear shared by many. Freddy Krueger, with his darkly humorous personality, quotable lines, and gruesome methods of dispatching his victims, became a cultural phenomenon, inspiring countless imitators and cementing his place in the Horror Hall of Fame. The film's exploration of teenage anxieties and fears also resonated with audiences. Freddy represented the darkness that lurks beneath the surface, the fears we try to suppress but can never truly escape. The Nightmare films gave a voice to these fears, providing a cathartic release for viewers who could relate to the characters' struggles. The success of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise extended far beyond the silver screen. Freddy Krueger's reign of terror continued in various other media, including television, literature, and video games. Freddy's Nightmares, an anthology television series that ran for 2 seasons, brought Freddy's brand of horror to the small screen. Each episode featured a standalone story set in the Nightmare on Elm Street universe, with Freddy often serving as a narrator or a more active participant in the horrifying events. The franchise also spawned numerous novels and comic books, further exploring the mythology of Freddy Krueger and the world of Elm Street. These expanded universes provided fans with new insights into Freddy's backstory, motivations, and powers, while also introducing new characters and storylines. Freddy even entered the world of video games, with several titles allowing players to either confront Freddy as a survivor or step into his shoes as the Nightmare incarnate. These games, often praised for their faithfulness to the source material and their ability to capture the terrifying atmosphere of the films, further solidified Freddy's status as a pop culture icon. The Nightmare on Elm Street franchise's expansion into other media is a testament to its enduring popularity and its ability to transcend the boundaries of genre. Freddy Krueger, once confined to the silver screen, became a multimedia phenomenon, captivating audiences across various platforms. The Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, like many successful horror series, has seen its share of attempts to revive and reimagine the iconic villain. The 2010 remake of the original film, while financially successful, received mixed reviews from critics and fans alike. Some praised the updated visuals and the performance of Jackie Earle Haley as Freddy, while others felt it lacked the charm and originality of the original. Despite the mixed reception of the remake, the rights to the franchise have changed hands, and there have been rumors of new projects in development. Whether these projects will materialize as sequels, reboots, or something entirely different remains to be seen. However, the enduring popularity of Freddy Krueger and the Nightmare on Elm Street mythology suggests that it's only a matter of time before the Master of Dreams returns to terrorize a new generation. The future of the franchise might lie in exploring new avenues within the established universe, perhaps a prequel delving deeper into Freddy's origins as a child killer, or a story focusing on a new group of teenagers battling their own demons while facing the threat of Freddy Krueger. The possibilities are endless, limited only by the imaginations of the creators involved. One thing is certain: Freddy Krueger is a horror icon whose legacy will continue to haunt our dreams for years to come. The Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, with its innovative approach to horror, its memorable villain, and its exploration of the dark side of the human psyche, has left an indelible mark on popular culture. Only time will tell what nightmares await us on Elm Street. Freddy Krueger's impact on popular culture is undeniable. He stands alongside horror icons like Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, and Leatherface as a symbol of our deepest fears. His burned face, razor-sharp glove, and haunting laugh are instantly recognizable, transcending language and cultural barriers. What makes Freddy so enduringly terrifying? Perhaps it's the vulnerability he exploits. He attacks us in our sleep, a time when we are at our most defenseless, our subconscious minds exposed. He turns our dreams, a place of safety and escape, into a living nightmare. Freddy also possesses a dark sense of humor, often taunting his victims with puns and one-liners before dispatching them in gruesome ways. This blend of horror and humor, while unsettling, adds a layer of complexity to his character, making him both repulsive and strangely compelling. More than just a slasher villain, Freddy Krueger represents the dark side of ourselves, the fears and anxieties we try to suppress. He is a reminder that even in our dreams, we are not truly safe. The Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, with its exploration of these themes, continues to resonate with audiences, serving as a cautionary tale about the power of fear and the importance of confronting our demons. The legacy of Freddy Krueger extends beyond the horror genre. He has become a cultural touchstone, referenced in music, television, and countless other forms of media. His image adorns everything from t-shirts to lunchboxes, a testament to his enduring popularity and his ability to tap into our collective fascination with the macabre.